Port Canaveral at the Disney Port, getting ready to get on the Disney Wish.
Yeah, super excited. 3-day cruise to the Bahamas, Castaway Cay. We also got Halloween
on the high seas.
Halloween on the high seas.
So it is a jam-packed cruise. We are not going to be able to just even get a second, I don't think, because we'll be so busy. There's so much stuff going on. But we are excited just to get on board.
Yeah, super excited. Our first time on the Wish. We've done 2 cruises on the Dream, so we're going to try to check everything out. Probably not going to be able to do it all in one cruise, but we'll do our best.
All right, we'll see you on there. So driving in, we had to wait in line in the car for about 10 minutes. We were able to just drop off our bags, get back in the car, and head up to parking. And from there, we headed straight over and got in line to go through security and check in.
Yeah, everything was super quick. Our time was originally 11:45. We were about a half hour late arriving, so we just kind of made it through security real quick. Usually there's a holding area, kind of a waiting area, waiting for your group to be called, and we were just walked right on because our group was already called, and then we walked on board the ship.
Yeah, it was really fast. And then this is our favorite part where you walk up, give them your name, and they will announce your name and welcome you aboard the Wish.
And then once you get your family introduction, you walk straight immediately into the atrium of the Disney Wish, and it is just stunning. They actually have the pumpkin tree for the Halloween on the high seas. Yeah, what did you think?
Oh, I thought it was amazing. I loved the pumpkin tree. I loved all the extra decorations. And as you can see, up on the little Juliet balcony, we have Rapunzel and Flynn Rider waving to us. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and they've got handouts for the kids. They hand them out wands since it is the Disney Wish, so they can have more of enchantment, and they're going to use that throughout the cruise. So we made it on. Pretty easy. We're on the top deck. We decided to get the quick service, and it's called what?
Festival of Foods.
Festival of Foods. We also hit up the bar. We decided to go with a large beer this time. So it's pretty convenient. I think it's $17 for the glass, and then you just pay for the beer. So it ends up being like $25 for the first one. And then you pretty much just refill it throughout the cruise and just pay for the beer itself. So really good deal. We will definitely utilize it. They've got IPAs on tap, which is super nice. And then when you're done with the glass, you don't have to carry it around. You just turn it in, and they give you a token. And then you just use that token, turn it into the next bar if you don't want to walk around with it. So really great option. I'll show Amanda's food here in a second. You're doing tacos.
Yeah, so I had the beef taco and the pork taco. They were absolutely delicious. They had a huge selection of salsas. I got all the hot salsas. Every one of them was amazing.
And I've got Mickey's Smokehouse. So I got the ribs, the brisket, the coleslaw, a little piece of chicken, and some corn. The brisket was kind of like a pastrami. Wasn't the best. I would definitely recommend the ribs. Those were excellent. And the barbecue chicken was great.
So Mickey and Friends Festival of Foods might be some of the best food on the ship. They have a great selection and everything is delicious.
Yeah, and so as you saw, I definitely tried the Smokehouse barbecue. They've got a wide variety of barbecue. So they've got pulled pork, ribs, brisket, sausage, and the smoked chicken.
Next up, we have Goofy's Grill, which has some just classic foods. You have burger, you have an Impossible Burger. This is where you can get those chicken nuggets. You can get a bratwurst, a hot dog, or some plant-based sausage.
And then they also have Pizza Pies, which is a really great place to get pizza. It's also one of the few kind of quick service restaurants that is open late.
And one of the best things about the Disney Cruise Line is the free ice cream. You can come here and get a ice cream cone anytime you'd like at Minnie's Ice Cream. Okay, so we are in room 7042. This is a veranda room. This is nice because you have the split bathroom. So if you look into this bathroom, this has a toilet and a sink.
And so this is really great if you're trying to get ready with an entire family, all trying to get ready at the same time. You can both use that area. And this is the separate area, which has the shower and also has another sink. So if you're getting ready for dinner, you're getting ready for a shore excursion, this is a really great thing. It just gives you that extra space. You also have plenty of space you have some cabinets, you have some hanging areas, you also have some shelves here, so you can put all of your stuff in here. And underneath the bed, there's plenty of space. You can put your suitcases under there. So it's not a huge room, but there is plenty of storage area. You have a queen bed. And then over here you have a couch, which turns into a bed, and your stateroom attendant will actually turn this into a bed for you and pull this down so that you have a bunk bed. Our kids love this. They switch back and forth between who gets the top bunk and who gets the bottom bunk. And then you have a little bit more storage over here. You've got a drawer, and in this drawer you will see that you have the room service order for breakfast. This is great. You put this on your door before 3 a.m. and they will bring this to your room. You select a delivery time. It's 30 minutes. Every time we've done this, they have come either right at the beginning or before the beginning. We've always chosen pretty early times. So sometimes they do wake us up. You can use it as kind of that morning wake-up call if you need to. It's pretty simple breakfast, but it is nice to just be able to get some coffee and pastries in the morning. They do include a hair dryer, so you don't need to bring that with you. And then just some more storage space. And you do get a small refrigerator. As you can see, it's just a little drawer. So for us, this is great. We bring our wine on. You can bring 2 bottles per person. So we stick it in here and let it get cold. And it saves us a little bit of money on alcohol. From there, let's see. We go out onto our veranda out here. Pretty decent sized veranda. Not a great view right now because we're looking out onto the porch. We have not left yet. But once we do, you'll have a lovely view. You can sit out here, have a glass of wine or coffee in the morning as you're sailing into or out of port. It's kind of just a nice change to be able to sit out here and enjoy your breakfast and coffee or wine in the afternoon. So that is the stateroom. We really like this one. The veranda deluxe family room is a little bit bigger than this, which is kind of nice. Oh, they do have different themes. So this room's theme is obviously Cinderella. So depending on which room you're in, you may get a different picture above the bed and above the couch. All right, follow us along on the rest of the cruise.
Okay, so we just finished with our muster. Unfortunately, it is raining. And so we ran up here after our muster. Obviously, the rain rolled in while we were doing that for the emergency procedures, and we just found out that the sail away party will not be happening. So it's going to be happening on decks 3, 4, and 5 midship. So everyone raced up here. You can kind of see the crowds still gathering, and I'm not sure why they're hanging out, but it definitely says the sail away party will happen in the Grand Hall, decks 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to head down there, check it out. We're probably going to grab a drink beforehand, but yeah, it's unfortunate that the weather rolled in. But we'll make the most of it and check out the sail away party on the main deck.
This is home to Tower of Terror. Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard is the answer to one. Who's already winning our trivia today?
Yeah, so by the time we got downstairs for the sail away party, we did not get the greatest of seats. So we hung out there for a bit. And then after that, we headed over to do some trivia, which is one of our favorite things to do on a Disney cruise. We did not win. This was a difficult trivia, but we had a lot of fun trying to.
So after trivia, there was a lot going on, but we kind of made our way over to the main atrium where they had the pumpkin tree and they were going to do the lighting of it. So this was a lot of fun, definitely crowded and a crowd pleaser.
The Halloween tree lighting really kicked off the Halloween festivities on the cruise. There were Halloween events all throughout the cruise, mainly on the last night, but this was really a lot of fun.
And this is Boo, the enchanted pumpkin tree that we mentioned earlier. So this has lighter bark, kind of graceful branches with this mystical face, I guess you could say. The enchanted tree grew perfect gourds with the help of the wishing star above at night and produced the perfect pumpkin that became the coach that carried Cinderella to the prince's ball.
Disney does rotational dining. So, what this means is that there are three different table service restaurants on each ship. And so you will go to each of the different restaurants throughout your vacation, but your dining staff travels with you. So, you always have the same dining staff, which is great because they really get to know you and your preferences.
So we started off in 1923 for our first night. So this restaurant is separated into two dining rooms. You've got the Walt Disney side as well as the Roy Disney side. So make sure you check your app to see which side you are dining on. This restaurant is really inspired by the kind of the old Hollywood decor. So you'll see that throughout the restaurant. And then you also see a lot of the animation stills for some of the classic Disney movies such as Beauty and the Beast. And there's just a ton of just memorabilia on the wall that you take your time to look through.
We opted to get all four of the appetizers on this menu. And that's the nice thing about the Disney cruises. You can get as much or as little food as you would like at each restaurant.
So we started off with the burrata and mozzarella with prosciutto. This one was delicious. We also got the Hyperion 4-cheese tricolor tortellini. And we also got the spiced ahi tuna.
All three of these were really great, but the surprise winner was actually the tortellini. It was delicious.
For entrees, we got the Italian flat parsley and rosemary crusted rack of lamb. And then, of course, we had to try the 1923 peppered filet mignon.
The filet mignon with the potato hash is probably one of the best things I've eaten on a Disney cruise. It was cooked perfectly and delicious.
And even though filet mignon was delicious, the rack of lamb was just as good. And I would definitely get this one again.
Yeah, I will say that this was our favorite restaurant that we dined at. It was amazing. For dessert, we opted for the churros calientes, which is sugar spice churros with dulce de leche. These were also really good, nice and warm, and the sauce was also really good.
Good morning. It is day 2 on Halloween in the High Seas. It is pirate night tonight, and it is only 8:30, and as you can see, we are fairly dressed up, and we were able to get a Palo Brunch. Our friends got on a little earlier than us and went down and requested it. We found out last night that we had been moved off the wait list and onto the actual list for 10 a.m. And we have a tour starting at 9 a.m., so we are jumping in early today and getting started.
Yeah, but we started off with room service for breakfast, so a nice little snack, get the kids kind of fed a little bit, or at least the snack early on. Some coffee, so we're caffeinated. So we're going to probably go to the Cove, get an espresso coffee, and then we'll start our tour, which is an hour-long kind of walk through the Wish on some of the technology and I think some of the rooms or whatnot. So see what it is. Not sure what it's about, but we'll definitely take video. And then we do Palo Brunch, so super excited about that.
Yeah, we're excited to have 4 people this time so we can kind of share the wealth because it is a lot of food.
Yep. So Palo is located on deck 12. As you can see, it had a stunning entrance, and this is the entrance for the Rose Bar Palo and Enchante. One whole wall is just covered in windows. At this point, we're already docked at Nassau, so you can see the other ship below us. But this is just a really great place that is kind of only for adults. And then you've got the entrance to the two restaurants, Palo and Enchante.
For it.
All right, good morning. We are at Palo Brunch and we got an off the menu drink that our server recommended. It is limoncello, grappa, and absolute pear, and it is delicious. I highly recommend it if you come to Palo. And we are starting out with both antipasties, and so we'll show you that. We skipped the eggs because we had those last time we were here and it was very filling, but we did get a pizza, and we're going to order the entrees in a little bit, and we'll probably get 4 or 5 of those. There are 4 of us, so it is quite a bit of food.
Cheers. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Happy birthday.
So we started off with the Palo appetizers. We always recommend to go ahead and just get both of the antipasta selections. So you have a seafood one as well as a meat and cheese, and then an assortment of breads. They are both delicious, and we ended up getting the second helping of the seafood antipasta dish because it is just amazing.
Next, we had the celery soup with spiced Italian sausage and focaccia croutons. It was absolutely delicious. Our server did warn against the soups because they are very filling, and she was not wrong. We each had about 1 bite and had to stop so that we could eat other food.
So this is what Palo is known for. If you come here, you have to get a pizza. They are delicious. So luckily we were able to get a half and half pizza. The first half is the one that's on the menu, which is the spicy Italian sausage. The second half is one of the best. It is the gorgonzola and grape. It is not on the menu. It used to be served here, but this is the one to get if you're going to get anything on the menu.
There was so much good food at this meal, but I think this was the highlight of the meal for me. This pizza was spectacular.
So we ended up getting 5 of the 7 entrees. We started off with the ravioli, the chicken parm, the roasted red snapper fillet, and the veal, and then finally rounded it off with the lasagna.
The chicken parmesan actually comes highly recommended. Our server recommended it. Everything online says it is the best thing that they have. It was good, but it actually was not our favorite. I think of all of the dishes, we liked the lasagna and the ravioli the best, and then maybe the veal, and then the chicken parmesan. And actually, the snapper for us was not our favorite. The server actually recommended against getting the snapper, and we got it anyway, and we were disappointed with that one.
So normally you get your dessert after your entree, but we decided to make our own cheese entree, and we ended up getting another gorgonzola grape pizza. These are amazing. I think we almost finished this whole thing again. Again, this is the thing to get.
We decided to try a few of the desserts. We got the warm amaretto chocolate fondant, the limoncello torte, the buttermilk panna cotta pot, and the warm apple cinnamon sticky bun.
The surprise winner of the desserts was definitely the panna cotta. I think everyone at our table really enjoyed this, not realizing that we were going to love it so much. The sticky bun was okay. It was warm, but nothing to really write home about. And of course, the pizza that we almost devoured, the second one.
The limoncello torte was light and fresh and a really great end to the meal. I really enjoyed that one. We had the chocolate raspberry tart as well. This one was really not very memorable. We all tried a bite, but we liked all of the other ones a little bit better.
And we wrapped up our spectacular lunch brunch with 2 affogatos. Palo really outdid itself. We had an amazing time at this restaurant and would definitely do it again.
This has been a great start to our cruise, and we can't wait to see what else the Wish has to offer.
See you real soon.